Alright, so now we're going to discuss using a forum. So first of all, we need to go down to your course and the forum that you created earlier. And when we click on it, you'll notice that this is the view that the student will see as well. You see the introduction to the forum, and then you'll see a link for adding a new discussion topic. Currently, there are none. So I'm going to show you how to use or go ahead and add a discussion topic. One thing I want to point out, this is a forum for general use. I'm going to show you what the different forum styles look like here in a few minutes. So I'm going to click on add a new discussion topic, and under subject, I'm going to give it a subject. Let's call this test subject, and then the message itself. This is a test, and if I need to add an attachment here, I can add an attachment. Always leave the subscription. I don't want email copies or post to this forum, and never check the mail now. I'll send an email out to all subscribed users, and we don't want to do that. So click on post to forum, and it'll tell you have 30 minutes to edit it before it's going to stay on the forum permanently. And you'll see there's my discussion. And if I click on it here, I get to this post here. And if I want to, I can even reply. So I can click on reply and type in the message, this is a response. And you'll notice that the subject automatically fills in RE test subject, similar to what an email would do. Students can still change this, and probably is a good idea that they do that. And the message, as you'll see, you can add bullet points, numbered lists, all those kind of things as well. The response fields are all the same as the post in the discussion. So we just click on post to forum, and it'll tell me I have 30 minutes to change it if I need to. And you'll see that it's now a sub point here. Notice that I do have a few different views. I have display replies in nested form, which is what it is now. I can do flat with oldest first, which means they're just side by side, and the oldest post occurs at the top. Flat with newest first, meaning that any new post will go up to the top. Note that responses do not go above the original discussion, though. So even though this was more recent, because it's a kind of a sub point of the discussion, it won't be posted above it. And then display replies in threaded form. Looks like this, and you have the actual original discussion post, and then you'll have the responses down here in a thread, and you can actually click on it to read the particular response. And nested form, which is this form, and this is the form that most of the students like. It's easier to read for the most part than some of the other ones, because you don't have to click on links and go back and forth. So that's what the forum for general discussion looks like. Now we're going to take a look at a couple of different forum settings. So I'm going to go down here and click on edit settings, and I'm going to do a single simple discussion. Click on save and display, and you'll see that really nothing looks like it's changed, although there's something very important. From the student perspective, the student no longer has the ability to post a discussion. Okay, so typically the student down here at the bottom would have the ability to click on add a new discussion topic. However, they're not able to in this single simple discussion. They have to post responses to an initial discussion topic. So let's go back real quick and change it again. And so now we're going to do each person posts one discussion. Click on save and display. And you'll notice there's my discussion. I'm going to switch the role to the student. Alright. And the student would then be able to go and create a post or a discussion topic. Note that I don't have the button here because I've already created my initial discussion topic. But they'd have a button that says add a discussion. They'd click on it, follow the steps, and then that button would go away. They only get to add 1 point. So this might be good if you just wanted to have a question up here and each student posts just one quick response to it without having to go through a threaded or nested format if you wanted to do that. going back, let's take another look at a different one. We're going to go to Edit Settings again. Q&A forum. So this is where you as a teacher could post questions, and then the students could respond to them, or students could post questions and then they could respond to each other. So let's call this question 1. And what is my name? Okay, and then you could add an attachment if you want to as well. Same as posting a discussion, only it says question instead of discussion. Post a forum. I have 30 minutes to edit it. And you'll see question 1 here. All right, and from the student's perspective, a quick switch role to student. You'll see that they have the ability to add a new question, or if they want to click on the question, then they can type a response. John Smith. And now they have the response to that particular question. Notice that you still have the option to display the responses in different formats if you want to. Notice that if I go back to the forum, though, it lists each question. And then to actually see the responses, they have to click on the name of the question. So in this case, once again, I kind of jumped out of there. I have question 1. I could have questions 1 all the way through questions 20 or 30. And the student would have to actually click on it to see the question and then respond. So this could be kind of a Q&A forum where you have 10 or 15 different questions about a reading they're supposed to do, and they all have to go and post an answer. Note that they will see each other's responses, so that's important to keep in mind. Let's look at another type of forum. Click on Edit Settings here, and that was Q&A. Now we're going to say standard form displayed in a blog-like format. This is the last one that we haven't seen at this point. And click on Save and Display. And you'll see here that from the view they can add new topics. So this is very similar to the form for general use. The only difference is they have topics, and they appear in reverse chronological order like a blog would. So the most recent topics come first, and if they want to discuss the topic, they go on here and click Discuss this topic, and then you'll be taken to the topic and the responses, and they can reply to either a response or to the topic itself. And keep that in mind as well. In all of these, students can respond not only to the topic or discussion or question or whatever it happens to be, they can also respond to other responses if they want to as well. So that makes it useful, once again, for that back and forth dialogue that you want to generate with a forum. So that's all the different types of forums. One note on the grading of a forum, keep in mind that forums do not get graded unless you turn on rating. And so I'm going to show you what that looks like real quick. I'm going to Edit Settings, and we're going to go down here, and under Ratings, we're going to say average of ratings, count of ratings, minute, all the different ratings that they have. So we're going to do average of ratings, scale of 100. Or actually, I'm going to do a very, very small scale, 10. So they have a scale of 1 to 10. And you'll notice right now it says roles with permissions to rate. Typically, if you're going to rate posts, it's useful to let students rate posts as well. So in order to let students rate posts, I can go to the settings block. First of all, I need to save and display this. And I'm going to go back to the forum. And I'm going to go down here in the settings block to where it says permissions. I'm going to click on permissions. And you have permissions that are specific to this activity. So for example, if I want to allow rating, rate posts, right now it's only not adding teacher, teacher, and manager. If I want to add student to that, I click plus, and then student, and then click allow. And now if I go back down here, rate posts, student, non-editing teacher, teacher, and manager can all rate posts. So I'm going to switch my role to a student so you can see what that looks like. And that's okay. I was in a screen that the student couldn't access. And so now I'm going to go back to the forum. And these are my own posts. So I can't rate my own posts. But if a student posted another particular response, then all I would have to do is when I go to that, you'll see it says average of ratings. Right beside that, there would be a rating box, and I could click on the drop down box, choose the rating I wanted to apply to that particular post, and then it would automatically apply that to that average that had been created, and it would actually give a number here of how many people had actually rated that post. So in parentheses where it says average of ratings, right beside that, I would say in parentheses 3, 4, 5, however many students had rated that particular post. So it's very, very easy to set that up. The thing you have to keep in mind is every time you create a forum, you have to go and allow students to access the ability to rate each other's posts if you want them to rate it. Now, if you don't, then only you as a teacher can rate it so they can post, and you can go back and give them a grade. That rating will automatically appear in the grade book. So there's no viewing of submissions or grading. You just go in, click on right to the right where it says average of grades, average of ratings. You click on the rating box and give them a grade for it. So that's pretty much the only way of grading a forum.